What's going on, Jerome's? So the NFL trade deadline is a lot of fun. I know that sometimes we're verbose, sometimes we're a little extra when it comes to the Vikings need to trade for this player, the Vikings need to sign this player, the Vikings need to draft this player. Don't care. Don't care, man, because there's a reason why we chop up the videos into individual videos instead of just one big long one, because you can pick and choose what you want to consume. It's America, right? So the Vikings need to be active at the trade deadline, and I understand the Vikings don't have a ton of 2025 draft picks, but if you think about it, the roster is deep. They have a ton of cap space to spend in free agency, as well as retain their own guys next year. Plus, you already got your future franchise quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. You got your future talisman on the edge in Diamond Dallas Turner. You're kind of good to go. Also, you got Jefferson and Darrisaw Hawkinson under contract. Woo. Feeling good about things, man. So I say, I'm LaQuasi saying F them picks. Just go all in. And a spot where the Vikings, even though the Vikings' run defense is pretty damn good, you still need a little bit of interior pass rush, and you can get a player that does both. We can get back to having the meets where, yes, it's time. Enter sexy Dexter Lawrence II, the pride of Clemson and New York Giants superstar nose tackle right now. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would the Giants have a fire sale, right? Well, first off, they're ass. Thank you. And they're not going anywhere. And the GM's probably going to get fired. And also, well, who knows? Head coach Dayball, I like a lot, but who knows? But they need to find themselves a quarterback. And I think that they'll be just good enough where they won't have a top 3 pick. Right, so I think that they need some draft capital, and Dexter Lawrence is fantastic, but also Joe Shane did not draft him. He was a Dave Gettleman pick, a much maligned Dave Gettleman pick, by the way, okay, even though Shane did extend him, right? But you do have value in this spot, and hey, it's great to have a superstar nose tackle, but if it precludes you from landing a top quarterback in this draft, you may have to be doing some business, right? And I think that Dexter Lawrence in purple would just be glorious. Long time. So let's talk about, also, first off, I understand that the Vikings do have Harrison Phillips, who's been fantastic this season, also signed a contract extension, but you know it's better than one fantastic nose tackle? 2 fantastic nose tackles. 2 nose tackles at the same time, man. Plus, having Dexter Lawrence in purple would allow the Vikings to do what we've said all along, is that move Harrison Phillips off the 0 tech or 1 tech, maybe save some wear and tear in his body long term. I think it could be a win-win no matter what. Let's talk about Dexter Lawrence today. A background, 26 years young, 6'4", 342, huge, monstrous. Former 5-star recruit from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Took his talents to Clemson, won 2 national titles with the Tigers, as well as, true freshman year, 7 sacks. No big deal. 10 tackles for loss. I'm getting after things. But role shifted a bit from pass rusher to a run-stuffing nose tackle. Still was named 2-time first-team All-ACC. Absolute tank, physical freak, and end up being drafted number 17 overall in 2019. Now, if that area of the 2019 draft sounds familiar, yeah. So Burns goes to the Panthers, and ironically, he's a Giant now. Sexy Dexter Lawrence went 17 to the Giants. Vikings 18 Garrett Bradbury, 19 Jeffrey Simmons. So there you go. Yeah. He's simply become the best nose tackle in the game. 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time second-team All-Pro, 28 career sacks, including 7 this season in 6 games, which is good. Also, played pretty damn well against the Vikings. Don't sleep on, hey, that guy played well against us scouting. It is certainly a thing. Also, his contract-wise, he's a 4-year, $87 million deal. Was a landmark deal for defensive tackles, notably nose tackles. $22 million guaranteed signing bonus. Stays on the Giants' books, so kind of nice. His 2024 base salary is only $6 million bucks. Plus does have a per game roster bonus, which is perfectly fine. The Vikings could absorb that cap hit this year. They could move some things around. Restructure Brian O'Neill, as always. Restructuring Brian O'Neill is the and Matt Damon will be on later of the Viking salary cap. It's funny, man. His 2025 salary is only $15.5 million for base, $1 million in per game roster bonuses, but $16.5 for the best nose tackle in the game, especially when the Vikings already have most of their studs under contract, and the Vikings do have the cap space. That's pretty good. So what would Dexter Lawrence bring besides his lunch pail? Like, he certainly will get after things. He's the best pass rushing nose tackle in the NFL, a 10.8% career pressure rate, which is fantastic for a nose tackle. And, I mean, he may be the best pass rushing nose tackle since Henry Thomas, our guy from back in the day. Best run-stopping nose tackle in the league as well. Led all nose tackles in PFF run-stopping grade for the last 3 seasons. He does have an immovable anchor. Also, he's not just 342 pounds of bad weight. Like, he's a premium athlete, has size, has length, has power, and you cannot move him. He will two-gap. He will absorb 2 offensive linemen. He does have that leadership. He would vibe fantastic with the team culture. And even though he does put up stats in his own right, like, he is not a hero ball type player. Like, he will absorb players to allow linebackers to scrape. Like, he will do the true dirty work of a nose tackle. Plus, the very reasonable contract, like we said. Plus, he will be a cornerstone of the Vikings defense for years to come because he is only 26. And in terms of the trade offer, F them picks. Kwesi, F them. So give us Dexter Lawrence. We'll give you the 2025 first. We'll give you the 2026 first. And ideally, both of those picks are going to be number 32 overall. I think Dexter Lawrence would have a major part of that. Plus, I don't know, we'll include Ed Ingram and Caleb Evans because why not at this point? So that is trade offer on the table. Hey, Joe Shane, if you're still around, you'll have your top 5 pick, but it won't be top 3. And also, you'll have 2 extra first-round picks in the subsequent years. That gives you quite a bit of capital to move up to find your future franchise quarterback. Shedeur Sanders, I mean, Dion and company probably won't veto the Giants and the New York market drafting Shedeur. So there you go. Do you want your future franchise quarterback, or do you want a pretty damn good nose tackle? But we'll certainly take him off your hands because could you imagine this? Glory, Minnesota Vikings, because Dexter Lawrence in the middle, 3-down player, stuff in the run, Harrison Phillips floating around doing many things, and also, I mean, Flores is such a good tactician that he understands that it's a player's defense. He can play odd, he can play even, you can do whatever. And with Lawrence, he can play odd or even zero or one tech, whatever you need. Tillian Bullard would still be involved. Taki Taami. I mean, imagine what Taki can learn working with Dexter Lawrence every single day. Hell, 3 nose tackles at the same time, man. Yeah, try that for goal line defense. Sexy Dexy, Horrible Harry, and Taki. Let's go. Let's go, man. Plus, Levi Drake Rodriguez becoming a pro's pro, learning how to get slippery. Even, I mean, Dexter Lawrence, if he was 300, he would be a top 5 3-tech. Like, his pass rush is just more, it's more than just power and bull, but he certainly has that as well. It would be a lot of fun. Like, I made the case for Max Crosby yesterday, but Dexter Lawrence would just be a cornerstone piece. And I don't know if the Giants ultimately will move him, but Kwesi would not be doing his job if he didn't give Joe Shane a call. Just be like, hey, Joseph, Yoey, hey, if you have a job next year, you want a quarterback, it's going to cost you. Come on, man. But your thoughts are thoughts of Vikings need to trade for Giants superstar nose tackle Dexter Lawrence II, Super Bowl. And I know he has a Giants tattoo. We can make that a Vikings tattoo. No problem. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You know what to do. Skull production value.